The Skin by Gabriela Nunez and Hannah Smith. Okay, let's talk about the basic skin structure. First off, the epidermis layer. The epidermis layer consists of stratified squamous epithelium, which is used for protection from the outside world and the many different harmful things out there. Underneath the stratified squamous epithelium is the alar tissue. This is a loose connective tissue. It has a whole lot of ground substance and very little fibers. Underneath that, we have the dense irregular connective tissue. It's irregular, which means it is very tough and durable, and it will keep our skin intact. After that, we have the adipose, aka fat. It is used for protection from the outside world and also like a ventilation system. So like I said, we have the epidermis, which consists of stratified squamous epithelium. And then we have the dermis, which is the alar tissue and the dense connective tissue. After that is the hypodermis, which is adipose. The stratum basale creates cells for the stratum spinosum. The stratum basale is where the mitosis happens. The stratum basale is curvy to allow it to have friction and also for it to be very stretchy. The second layer is the stratum spinosum. It creates karyotypes, which makes keratin. The third layer is the stratum granulosum. They are exploded karyocytes cells. This is known as the transition layer between the stratum spinosum and the stratum corneum. So the fourth layer, the stratum corneum. This layer has the cells that are flat and protect the other layers. This is the melanocytes. This is found in the stratum basale layer. They produce melanin through the tree-like structures called dendrites. Next, we have the Langerhans cells. These crawl through the skin and ingest any unwanted invaders. These are Merkel cells. They are found in the stratum basale and they detect the slightest touch and different air pressures. Okay, so how you get moles is when dendrites reach the surface and put melanin into the top layer, the stratified squamous epithelium, and it gives it a darker color. Freckles are when dendrites create more melanin and it makes darker, sometimes lighter, patches on the skin. Okay, so we have the hair bulb, and that is where the hair grows out from. Next, we have the root plexus. It surrounds the hair. It is responsible for that feeling when a hair gets pulled out. This muscle right here is called the erector pili. It connects to the hair and it's what makes hair stand up. Next, we have the sebaceous gland. It is made up of oil called sebum. We have the apocrine gland, which creates proteins and fat in the hair. Next, we have the capillary, and that gives nutrients to the hair bulb. Okay, so the cuticle is made up of a lot of keratin. The cortex is made up of flat cells. The medulla of the hair is the center of the hair. It has bigger cells, but is more confined. Split ends happens when keratin is stripped away from the hair. This makes the hair weak and split down the sides. Ingrown hair happens when the hair tries to break through the first layer of the skin, but fails and gets trapped under the stratified squamous epithelium.
When a hair follicle is symmetrical, it creates a circular appearance, making the hair appear straight. However, when the hair follicle is asymmetrical, the hair makes an oval-like appearance, which overlaps and begins to curl, which makes curly hair. Just like the wavy hair, the curly hair has an oval-like appearance. However, the curly hair is closer together, making it overlap quickly, making curly hair tighter. Now we're moving on to the 3 stages of hair growth. The first stage is the anagen stage. This is where the hair begins to grow. Next is the catagen stage. This is where the hair is dying, which makes the appearance change. The telogen stage is the last stage, where the hair is officially dead and is being removed or falling out. An example of this is like when you're in the shower and you're running your hands through your hair and you get clumps of hair that are coming out. When we seem provoked by something, our hair stands up on end. This is because our body's natural response to being in danger. We make our hair stand up to appear like a larger animal. Like when we get cold, our hair stands up to preserve heat. This is caused by the erector muscle contracting, causing the hair follicle to contract and stand up. When UV radiation enters your skin for too long, it damages your cell's DNA. Your body luckily repairs the damage by tanning, instead of leaving the skin damaged. This darkens the skin with the help of melanin and prepares your skin for next time. There are 2 different types of melanin, pheomelanin and eumelanin. Melanin is commonly found in the skin and hair. People with pheomelanin tend to have straight hair, while people with eumelanin tend to have curly hair. This is because the higher you are above the equator, the more sunlight you need, causing you to have paler skin and straight hair. The closer you are to the equator, the more protected from the sun you need to be, causing darker skin, and the hotter it is, so your hair needs to allow cool air in, causing curly hair. Believe it or not, we need UV radiation to survive. The sun creates vitamin D, which turns into calcitrol, which makes calcium for our bodies. If you don't get enough sunlight, this can cause rickets. Rickets is when your calcium in your body softens due to the fact you don't have enough vitamin D. This causes your bones typically to go bow-legged. Too much UV radiation can cause your melanocytes to mutate to cause a cancerous growth to occur called melanoma. There are 4 flavors of melanoma: asymmetry, border, color, diameter, and evolving. These are called the ABCs of melanoma.